Hey guys, Extermicide here with another Call of Duty Modern Warfare Best Class Setup Guide. This is a series where I share with you the absolute best setup for various guns without all the fluff and over-the-top information that you don't really care about. I'm a bit late getting my guides posted compared to other YouTubers with good reason. I wanted to max out every gun so I could give you all an honest and informed analysis of these guns and my attachments and loadouts for them. I may not be the first to get the info out there, but I can promise you I've done my research. But keep in mind that these are my viewpoints and maybe you will and maybe you won't agree or disagree with them. And that's fine. I won't be getting overly technical by supplying statistics in these guides. Every time Modern Warfare receives a new patch and a weapon gets buffed or nerfed, those numbers change. So I'm not going to waste my time and yours giving you information that is going to end up being inaccurate in about a month's time. I stick with the basic type of rating, yes it's good or no it sucks. With all that out of the way, let's get started. So in today's best setup we are talking about the FAL Assault Rifle. Oh the FAL, where to begin? In the past, in the long ago time, the FAL was quite possibly the worst of all the assault rifles because of its semi-automatic build. Adding the weapon perk burst to convert it into a burst weapon would make it much more usable and in my opinion necessary to make this gun even worth using at all. That was then. Fast forward to Season 4 and the FAL receives a huge buff which reads as added a close range damage shelf with one hit headshot potential. Translation: more damage up close with an increased chance to get a one-shot headshot. This makes the FAL pretty much a 1 to 2 shot killing machine in close-up encounters, both in core gameplay and in Warzone. I'm not a fan of single-shot assault rifles, and the FAL before patch was such a pain in the ass to level up. So those of you starting to level it up now feel blessed because you're gonna have a much easier time at it than most of us did. Although its damage has been increased for close-up encounters, one of its shortcomings is its lack of mobility, making it harder to run around with in close quarters. At one time, I could not recommend using the FAL at all in Warzone. It wasn't a horrible weapon, there were just better choices out there to use. But now with the Season 4 buff, I would have to say it may be the best assault rifle in the game for certain people. I say certain people because not everyone is going to feel comfortable with a single shot assault rifle. I myself find it to be an unnatural feeling, but I can see why and how some people will find it to be a good fit for them. However, keep in mind, this new buff to the FAL only benefits you in close range, and to be honest, in my opinion, I don't think they meant to buff it as much as they did, so don't be surprised if it gets nerfed. It's a great gun to use in both core gameplay and especially now in Warzone, but for how long is the big question. If you haven't leveled this gun up yet, I suggest you jump on it before the incoming nerfs to this gun happen. Oh, and I'm pretty sure they are going to happen. This setup improves upon the FAL's accuracy, range, and control while dealing a hit to mobility. So with that said, let's take a look at my go-to loadout for this particular assault rifle. Alright, so let's get right into this. First we're going to jump over the muzzle, and the first thing we're going to grab is the monolithic suppressor. Not only is this going to help with our damage range, but it's also more importantly going to help us in Warzone to keep our shots from showing up on the minimap. Next, it's a little skip over the barrel, and here we're going to select the XRK Marksman. It's going to increase our damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control, everything that this gun needs. Next we're going to select an optic. This gun I feel benefits by having an optic on it. And you can go pretty much with any optic that you want, it's a personal choice. I kind of like it nice and clean, I go with the GI Mini Reflex, but you can choose whatever you want. Then we're going to come down to Underbarrel, and here we're going to select the Commando Foregrip, which is going to increase our recoil stabilization and our aiming stability. And finally we're going to skip over to ammunition, and we're going to select the 30 round mags, give us plenty of freaking ammo to run around with this gun with. And that leads us to the next part. Okay, so here's the deal. I was on the fence on whether or not to include the loadout that I used when leveling this gun up, but I kinda knew that if I didn't include it, someone was gonna ask for it, so here it is. Now, Keep in mind, this is only an example loadout, a suggested loadout that worked well for my playstyle and my strengths. This may not necessarily be a best fit for you. Every person is different, with different playstyles and different strengths and weaknesses. No one in a YouTube video can tell you what is best for your playstyle. Only you know what your playstyle is like, where your strengths lie, and whether or not, if any of these weapons, perks, or equipment you feel comfortable enough to use and will help your gameplay. With that said, I strongly urge everyone to modify this example loadout to best suit your own gameplay style and strengths. There is no one loadout to rule them all magical setup. It's a personal thing, a very personal thing. And that brings us to our question of the day. Okay. Alrighty. So let me know your answer in the comments below. I'm really curious to see what you guys think. And with that said, if anything in the video helped you out at all, then please throw the video a like, and if you want to see other videos by me, throw me a sub. Anyways, until next time, be good to one another. Extermicide out.